This is a perfect example of why you do not cut corners or shave pennies just so you can have a few dollars in your pocket.
Pascal.
I do have the
You are now
video.
rocking with that dude,
We are going to look at this
Pascal.
before we head off. This is a video that we need to take a look at. Real talk, because it is a security woman is telling her piece about all of this ish. So, sit down, grab a drink. We got one last video to look at, because I didn't want to have to end up doing a pop-up video. I might as well do it with you guys as a fam. Enjoy this together. All right. Gasp and be in awe with this story. Because I'm sure this is going to be a very interesting one for sure. Shout out to Greg. Thank you so much for sending this to me. We can finally get down to the nitty gritty and hear this other security officer's perspective on what happened at the AstroWorld Festival.
Okay, so I'm finna get right into it, and I'm finna start from the beginning because this entire process has been very sketch from the beginning. So we basically got this offer for one of my homegirls. Her daddy was looking for some security guards. So he asked us for like our information, which was basic information like weight, height, and like stuff like that. So we gave him the information. He said, okay. He gave us like the stuff that we were supposed to do and all this other stuff. So let me just say it was very sketch from the very beginning because I was the only one who got emails. Like the other three guys that I was with, which was my husband, my nephew, and his homeboy, they never got emails about none of the stuff, only me. So I was already thinking to myself, like, this is very just all over the place.
Let me ask you this though. This lady, his name, obviously, I'm just looking at this video, cold turkey. But real talk, she has no experience at all. I mean, is this a girl that just wanted to secure a bag real quick, make a couple bucks real fast? Or did she have security experience? That's the question I'd like to know.
And so, yeah. So just a little bit about the job. We were supposed to get paid, fed, and stuff like that, and you get in free. I mean, who wouldn't take the offer? So we drove from Dallas to Houston, and by the time we was all supposed to be there at 7. So by the time we got there, it was 7, and we walked into like complete freaking chaos. Like there was like literally probably like 900 security guards there, but like regular people. They were regular people, but there's going to be security guards, and they were like all over the place, right? They were like, it was like everybody just all over the place. Nobody knew who was in charge. It was just a mess. So then finally this dude stood up and he was like, okay, if you trying to be a security guard, come with me, whoop the whoop. So we all went over, we all was getting in line to sign up. They took and my nephew and his homeboy out the line and some other people out the line. And we looking at each other like, okay, what's going on? And we figured it out that they were probably going to get rid of us because we were too small. The dude said, no, we're not going to get rid of y'all. Y'all just going to work less hours. And we was like, okay, cool. So that's when we stayed outside the line for a long time. And there was rumors going around that people weren't going to get paid and that we were getting scammed and that, like it was just a bunch of mess and drama. So people started leaving, like security started leaving, and then they started basically picking who they wanted to go inside, who they wanted to do what, blah 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 blah.
So what? So they drove all the way from Dallas to Houston to be a part of this whole thing. When they finally got there, they found out, like, I guess they said, "Oh, you're too small," so on and so forth. But we're still going to use you. We can still use you no matter what. We're just going to give you different hours. And then on top of that, they were hearing rumors from other people that they were hearing that they could possibly have been scammed, that they might not even get paid for the time that they put in to be there in the first place. Does that sound like an organized situation at all?
So yeah, as you can see, it was all over the place. So we thought that we were gonna get sent home. We go to the car. Next thing I know, my husband gets us in, and then me and him get picked to go inside the concert. This is when shit just started getting weird. Okay, just started getting weirder. Go to part 2.
Okay.
Okay, so it's complete chaos everywhere, right? So finally, we figure out that we're finna get ready to go inside.
Have mercy.
Y'all, let me just put this out there. People had bags and backpacks and everything like that. They never once searched no bags. They searched no bags. Nobody was COVID tested. There was even this girl I met inside the concert who actually said she showed them a fake vaccination paper, and she was able to get in. She was so lit about being able to get away with that. So yeah, just a little disclaimer.
Now, you heard my interview with Liliana Lopez, and she said the same damn thing. So please go and check out that interview when you get a chance. Real talk, go check it out when you get a chance. But real talk, they weren't even looking at credentials, papers, nothing. They just kept it moving. They just pushed people right through. That's insane, y'all.
They did not care about COVID, and they didn't
No.
care about what was in security's bags and stuff like that. And let me also remind y'all that we were regular people off the streets, like regular people off the streets. They did no background check. They did nothing. Okay, nothing. So we get inside, and we're basically trying to figure out like what area we're gonna work. Now, mind you guys, I only thought that I was going to be doing something simple like scanning bracelets and checking bags, something normal. Very much not. That was not the case. I was about to be doing some real life work that I'd never done in my life. So that was another problem that I just thought was so dumb. So we were walking around, basically trying to figure out where we were going to work. And it was just a mess. I'm listening to all the other people that's coming in as security guards. They're about to work. They are not even normal people. Like they sound like they're not all the way there up there, and that they have just like they were like a little off, a little slow. And then he was saying like, okay, everybody needs to call their family, let them know like we'll do like you all right and what we about to be doing, because in a few minutes your service is not gonna work. I don't know if that's like a normal thing at concerts, because yeah, that was not normal to me. That was very sketchy and very weird. And I was like, okay. So I started letting my family know like I'm not gonna have service. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Mind you, my nephew
Wait. What? They turned off what? You couldn't even use your what? You couldn't use your phone? What? 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 Okay.
and them is still outside the gates. They didn't even get in. So I was calling them, letting them know, like, hey, y'all need to hurry up and let me know when y'all get in, because if y'all don't get in, we're going to leave. So we're just walking around all over the place, don't know where we're going to be. The head security man that was over us did not know where we were going to go. He was just like lost as us, literally, just as lost as us. And they were like, okay, we're going to guard this area, we're going to guard that. It was just a mess. You had security guards taking off their vest and just blending in with the regular crowd. You had security guards getting high. It was just a hot mess, okay? So yeah, everybody's just walking around lost.
She said it really fast, but did you hear? Did you catch that? She said that really fast. So some security guards were getting high as hell, just getting high, just high. She just said in passing like it was another. Clearly, this is there's a lot going on in this story, but yeah, security guards, other security guards that were there to make sure everybody's okay, were getting high as hell, not even giving a damn. I mean, it's a Travis Scott show, right? So they're getting paid to see somebody that they probably do like, right? So they're kind of like, well, I mean, what's the worst that could happen? There's not going to be the perfect storm of evil and chaos. There's no way. So let's just get high, baby. She said that fast. She said that with the quickness, but I caught it.
Then that's when we get to this area, and it's like where we're gonna actually be working, right? And there's police officers there, Houston PD, the real deal, not fake security, but the real deal. Okay. Okay, so then we see the officers, and they up there just chilling, having a good time, doing nothing. And I was thinking, okay, maybe that's because the concert didn't start yet, whatever. So we were just walking around. Everything was just like, it was just like in slow mo, just weird. The vibe was off because everybody was so confused and nobody knew what they were doing, including the people that was over us. So finally, the officers leave, and I'm like, okay, they're gonna go work. I was wrong. So yeah, let's skip to when the concert is starting and there's people there. Tell me why we're looking around because as a security, you're just standing there, you're just looking. And we're looking, and I'm looking at all these officers, and I'm like telling my husband, like, hey, they're not doing nothing. Like, they're not even doing nothing. Like, they're just recording on their phones, enjoying the concert, and basically leaving the work to us. People who are not even certified for this, okay? They are leaving the job on us. And that was just a no for me. I was like, that's weird. I don't like that they're doing that. So I'm just looking around. I'm seeing all these fans and stuff like that, like all the people who bought tickets and stuff come in. They're strange. They're not normal. And I'm just like, this is like, it just felt like off the whole day. And then the dude that was over us, the security, like the main guy that was over us, this man is like harassing women and like flirting so hard with them that he's like scaring them and they're like leaving. And he was like taking pictures with like some women and stuff like that. Remind you, not doing his job. And he's just like chilling, just parlaying all over the place. And so finally,
Okay. Woo! Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but this is insane. This is insane. So, dude was trying to get some numbers, trying to throw some, holla at some ladies. I'm sorry. Oh my God! If only he knew what was going to happen in just a few in just a short while, right?
we looking, I see like at the corner of my eye, like something coming over the gate. Tell me why it's a million little fans jumping over the gate. And I'm like telling my husband, like, okay, like go, because they were already saying like if you don't do nothing either, you're gonna get fired, you won't get your money and stuff. So I was like, okay, go over there, like help. Tell me why this security man, the big one that's over us, fell. And then he gets over there and he does nothing, just staring at them coming over the gate. Like he did nothing. He just watched them come over the gate. And I'm just like, this is giving me very much bad vibes. Like,
Everybody, all the security, like we saw it in other videos. So what this security guard did too was just kind of like, this is beyond my pay grade, and just let it be what it was. Let it be, let it be. You know what I mean? He just let it be. So let him go. Hey, come on through. It's all good. Let's just let it be.
I was like, this
Wow.
is getting wild, and it hasn't even, it's still early. Like, it's not even dark. And I was telling my husband, I was like, hey, like, I don't want you running up to like a bunch of fans and stuff when stuff is going crazy, because they gave us nothing to protect ourselves. They gave us nothing to protect ourselves. They don't care about us. And I was like, it's just not worth our life. Like, we got kids to go home to at the end of the day. I hate it, but like, we're not certified for this. We didn't even know the grounds. We didn't know nothing. And it was just like,
Right.
no. I was like, no, don't do that. So we basically made up in our mind that like from now on, it was basically like we're gonna watch. And before y'all start, we were not gonna watch people die, okay? We were not gonna watch them die.
Of course.
It was just like when they were jumping the gates, there's nothing we can do to stop them. That's the part we were gonna. This comment right here is so true. True. Okay.
What does that say? This it says real quick before she continues. They hired y'all as security when technically you would only qualify as a volunteer staff. The whole thing is tragic.
Okay, so anyways, so then we asked the boss, like after they broke in or whatever, and then it like kind of like this area was kind of like a little bit dry at this point, because now the police officers are actually on the outside of the gate. But they didn't stay there long, okay? They didn't stay there long. So we asked the boss, we was like, hey, can we go up to the other area where there's more people and there's more crowd, and we can probably try to all spread out over there and keep them from basically smushing each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, y'all don't want to be up there because the music is too loud. You can't think, you can't hear. But he only said that because he didn't want to go up there. He just wanted to stay in the back and flirt and do nothing, basically. He didn't want to even work. That's what I took it as. So I'm like, that's so dumb. Like, I was like, there's nobody back here. There's nothing for us to do back here, okay? There's nothing. So I felt like we should have been at the front. Nope, he didn't want to do it. And I was like, okay, whatever. So then as the day goes on, y'all, this is the part that's about to get you. So not only do we not have service, and I thought that was very strange, because the service had worked the entire time we was in there, but it did not work anymore. It completely did not work. Like, you could not get hold to nobody from your phone. I thought that was weird. I also thought it was weird that my nephew and them was still stuck on the outside. They never ever got in. They never got in. We don't even know what was going on with that. They didn't even know what was going on with that. So then This is the part that gets me. We're sitting here. We're literally sitting here, and I'm watching someone open their necklace, sniff something up their nose. You do with that what you will, okay? Sniff something up their nose. I look at the police officer, Houston PD, who looks at me, looking at him, and we're looking at them, and he does nothing.
So the dude does cocaine, the cocaine, and they did nothing. Five O was there, yo. Saw it too. I'm sorry. What? Okay.
Nothing. Nothing. He just looks at them sniffing and be weird. And the whole group is doing it. It's not just one person, it's the entire group. And I know he saw them because he literally looked at me and shook his head. And I'm thinking, what are you going to do? So, with that being said, when y'all want to come for security, just remember if Houston Police Department is not doing anything, what the hell can we do? We cannot do anything. Okay. So then it went on. Houston PD see people smoking illegal drugs and doing all this stuff, and they're doing nothing. They're doing nothing. So I told my husband, I was like, this is crazy because this is the only city I know where something could be illegal and the police department looks right past it as if it's nothing. And you know what they're doing? They're just walking around enjoying the concert, not worried about anybody's safety, anybody's lives. And remind you, I usually don't care about people smoking, but there were kids there. There were kids there. Come on, kids.
Like 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 they were treating this concert like it was Amsterdam. Like anything goes. It don't matter. Like somebody's snorting powder up their nose and cops didn't even do anything. They're like, well, it's a Travis Scott concert, so it comes with the territory. No big deal. Like, what? Why would you turn a blind eye? That person would have been facing the grass, like handcuffed, detained, thrown at the back of a squad car. But no, apparently at a Travis Scott show, it's okay.
Okay, so as the day go on, you could definitely tell
Wow.
that the drinks are kicking in, the drugs is kicking in. People were literally wowing, like wowing. So let's skip to when Lil Baby went up. Okay, so Lil Baby went up, and I'm now the only security at my station. I'm the only security
Mm.
because everybody else left and went to go enjoy the concert. Okay. So I'm the only security there. And this man literally starts raging. He's like raging, like powering up, being very weird, yelling and screaming and just acting very delusional, and it was so creepy. And the bartender is like freaking out, and she's coming to me, she's like, oh my god, like where's the dude that's over you guys, like we need some help, we need to get him out of here. And I'm like, I don't even know. I'm looking all over for our boss. I'm looking all over for the boss. And I don't even know where he's at. So this man is literally going like crazy. And then some people that was there at the concert just literally had to get him, hold him down, and then take him away. It was like the scariest shit ever. And I was like, yeah, this is not normal. And so keep going, still looking around for this man. He's literally at the front of the concert, at the front of the concert, enjoying Little Baby. Ain't you supposed to be the boss? Ain't you supposed to be over us?
Wow.
Like, this is a hot ass mess. And
Wow.
then you got people still in the back. You got people on the side, like where there's like this little gate part where people are not supposed to be. You have people back there laid out on the ground. You got people back there pissing as if these people aren't on the ground. It's just a mess. Never once did I see security go back there and check any of that. Never once did I see police department go back there and check any of that. I never seen anybody do anything. These people were literally tripping out. Like, it was so scary. So afterwards, when the Little Baby, when his part ended, the security man came back, and I was like, like people are like wilding, like what are you gonna do? He was like, that's what they do at concerts. That has nothing to do with us. I mean, we just have to make sure that they don't jump over the gates.
Wow. 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 All right. That is a lot. Um That is a lot. And what a story. I don't know this woman's name, but shout out to her for just spilling all the tea on this piece. I mean, here it is, y'all. Clearly, some stuff was not right with this whole concert. We talked about this before, and it's nice to see that this, without a shadow of a doubt, was something going on with security. I mean, we do feel like there is something going on, or there was something going on with the medical staff as well. But this woman is just exposing it all. She putting cases on everybody right now. She doing her whole Denzel moment right now. She got cases on everybody. And I don't blame her. I appreciate her coming out and telling us her side of the story and her perspective. But her head of security, or her leader at that time for her sector or her section, didn't even give a damn. He was too busy trying to chase some scattered girls, some scattered booty, get some numbers, and enjoy a show for the free 99. Actually, he was getting paid to enjoy a show. That's how it went down. It seemed like they were all plain clothed security. Like they weren't handed anything. She even said herself, they had no background checks on them, no nothing. They didn't have anything on them at all to prove that they had any kind of experience at all whatsoever. That makes no sense. You know for a fact, when you have multiple lives at stake, right? The safety of those people, you have to make sure that you have the people that are signing up for the job. You have to make sure that they are absolutely 110% qualified to do said job. It doesn't make sense to make a chef fly a plane, or a pilot to cook a 5-star dinner at a 5-star restaurant. You know what I'm saying? It just does not make any sense. So why would you just give anybody this job? Any person just walking off the street this job? It makes no sense. Clearly, as we talked about it earlier in this conversation, clearly they were cutting corners. This makes me think of the whole Alec Baldwin situation, where the gun went off and killed that DP, that cinematographer and everything. You know, they, by any means necessary, if they can save $1, right? If they can save $1, then they win. Instead of saying, let us bring in the best that money can buy, or that we can actually afford, that we can comfortably afford, so that we get the best, so that people's lives aren't at stake. People are saved if something does happen like this. If ish hits the fan. And when ish hit the fan, even the guy that was over her leader, right? Her boss for that particular night, was out in the front having a grand old time trying to get lit and trying to get some girls. People were able to walk into the show with backpacks that were never searched. They had paperwork and proof of vaccinations that were never checked. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And then on top of that, the people hopping over the fence and busting through the metal detectors just by the thousands, and having those security and cops to stand there watching them as they run by, says how ill prepared they were for this event. It's such a sad story, y'all. I mean, obviously more and more is coming out, right? And I do appreciate this lady for coming out with this video, and showing her perspective, because here's the thing. That video should not exist, right? She should be like, we did everything we could. We tried everything. We didn't know what else we could have done. You know, we were stuck between a rock and a hard place. I looked to my leader, to my boss, and he was pushing people back and he was trying to save people. Nah. He was too busy trying to have a grand old time, getting paid to see an artist he probably really likes a lot. That's a damn shame, y'all. Again, this is a perfect example of why you do not cut corners or shave pennies just so you can have a few dollars in your pocket. You do the right thing and you bring in the right people that are qualified, that are well qualified, well beyond qualified to do the right job when ish hits the fan. Period. Full stop. If they did that, this situation, this tragedy would not have occurred.
Pascal, you are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.